Live. This is Jennifer Herman here with Rockland County News 5. Today we're here at Dominican College in Rockland County, Orangeburg, New York, and we're here particularly looking at one facility, which is Rosary Hall. This is a residential facility where students can dorm and attend classes. We're here today with Ingrid, who recently went through a traumatic brain injury. She's 45 and she has 2 children and a husband. She presents at Rancho's Level 5, so she's confused and inappropriate right now. Some of her limitations include mildly increased tone in her trunk and moderate tone in her lower extremities. She also demonstrates some primitive reflexes, particularly A, T, and R, along with decreased equilibrium and writing reactions. So what we're here for is just particularly to raise awareness for a topic called universal design. Universal design is going to come and we're going to look at the building and make sure it is appropriate for someone like Ingrid to attend classes and live here. We're here with the historian, Sam, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about the building.
Hi Jen, thank you for having me.
No problem.
Dominican College was first established in 1952 by the Dominican Sisters of Blauvelt. It is currently located directly off of Western Highway, spanning 64.5 acres, has about 14 buildings on campus, the Rosary Hall being one of them, which houses the library, the chapel, some faculty offices, and of course residence rooms. There are 3 upper floors that are primarily students' dorms. They are all single sex floors. There's a kitchen, there's a common room, a lot of study lounges, there's one elevator, there's a 24-hour security guard. They have their own private entrance to come in and out of. There are also single, double, and triple rooms depending on what the students' needs are. The rooms all have current Wi-Fi access, so the students can get on the computers anywhere they need to go at this moment.
Thank you so much, Sam. Now we're going to go towards the inside of the building, towards entrances, and take a look at the interior and see if it's appropriate for Ingrid. So we're here at the only entrance to Dominican College's Rosary Hall dormitories. Today we have here Linda, who is the Universal Design Specialist, who's going to help us look at some of these limitations and what we can do to fix them. So if you see here, we have 3 steps, which is one way to get to the building, as well as a ramp. The steps here lead to a 165 inches length and 59 inches width landing. And then, if you follow me, hey Ingrid, how are you doing? Right here. It also leads to a door, which is 35 inches width, and then that leads through a hallway, which is 58 inches to inner stairway. So Linda, could you tell us a little bit what has to be changed in order to accommodate universal design?
Sure, Jen. So actually we have the ramp here as being one of the universal design weaknesses, and that is because the measurements of the ramp do not even meet ADA standards. So we would have to lengthen the ramp in order to meet the ADA standards of 1-inch rise per 1-foot run. Also, we want to widen the doorway to at least 37 inches, and we want to add a sliding door, which is accessible for everyone. And I brought with me today a friend, Asher from Gia Construction, who's going to be quoting us on some prices.
Hi, Asher.
Hello. So yeah, I'm working with Linda. What we determined, because it's very, very tight here, rather than have a door that was powered to open into the small landing, that's we're going to do a lateral slide door. So the general cost for that, not including installation, for a Stanley single slide automatic door would be roughly $10,000. But it would be sufficient width for anybody with a wheelchair. It would also accommodate people for your universal design who are typical and don't need the extra width, but it's going to be convenient for everybody because it's just going to open it.
Thank you so much, Asher.
One of my
Linda?
workers.
Okay, let's move into the building now and see what else can be done. So as you can see, Ingrid was able to come out of this elevator. However, this building was built in 1965. That was before ADA requirements were set in. Linda, can you tell us a little bit about this specific elevator?
Sure. So we actually measured this elevator before. Currently, the entrance is only 34 inches. ADA requires that the entrance be at least 36 inches, so this does not even meet ADA requirements. So it could not hold a manual wheelchair. It can only hold a transport wheelchair. In addition, the call buttons here should have arrows indicating which direction you would like to go. Since we are on the 2nd floor, we should have a choice whether we want to go up or down, but this only has one call button. So Asher, if we were to add in the new elevator, how much might this cost us here?
Well, this actually represents the largest infrastructural work for the building because we're actually going to have to enlarge the size of the hoistway, the elevator shaft. So it's a big job. And when you begin it, you never know, hidden surprises where you're going to wind up. So unfortunately, the short answer right now, it's going to be a big job. It's around $20,000 to $50,000 depending upon what we need to do.
Okay, thank you guys. Let's move on to the lounge area. So we're here in one of the common lounges for the students. There's one on each floor for 3 levels. As you can see, the width of the door itself is pretty good in good shape. But when you enter, there is a 3-step drop into the common area, which is not appropriate for someone with a wheelchair.
The entrance is wide. It's 60 inches wide, which is definitely equitable and wide enough to accommodate anyone with a disability or anyone with an ability. And as we come in, the 3 steps do provide a lot of hazards for anyone in a wheelchair. So what we would do would add either a temporary or permanent ramp here. In addition, I don't know if you can see, but there is carpet in here. So the different textured flooring provides difficulty when trying to move if you're in a wheelchair or even walking. So we would remove the carpet as well. And as you saw in the beginning, Jen had to turn on the lights in the building. So we would like to add sensored lighting to all the rooms, all the dorm rooms, the bathrooms, the common area in the building. So it would be automatic as soon as you walk through, it sensors that someone's in there and it automatically turns on. So Asher, if you could just possibly give us some quotes and where we would find this
Sure.
stuff around here.
This is actually the quickest fix that we were able to pull together for you. The sensored lighting is something that we can just outsource to Home Depot. They're roughly $21, $20.97, $21. The ramp is from a local company called AmRamp. Again, we're outsourcing that. That's only $1,200. They're a great company. They rent or they purchase, and you can rent to purchase. So it's pretty flexible with that. The carpet's got to go because it's older than I am, and that would only be us pulling it up for about $1,500. So all in all, this room is a quick fix for really less than $3,000.
Awesome.
After the elevator, yeah.
What room is next?
Why don't we take a look at the dorm?
So another strength is that they have very wide hallways here in Rosary Hall, about 93 inches wide. Let's go.
Here we are at a typical single dormitory in Rosary Hall. Linda, can you tell us a little bit about the strengths and weaknesses of this room?
Sure. So at first, the doorway here to enter is only 35 inches. Someone in a wheelchair would require 36 inches, so that would probably have to be widened at least an inch. And if you come in a little bit more, you see the size is very small in here. The room configurations are actually 9 by 11. However, they have fixed furniture here, which is not movable. So this makes the room 7 by 11. Some of the strengths would be this bed here is actually adjustable, so you can move it up or down, have enough room for storage under here. So some of the recommendations we would make, just kind of reconfigure the room, maybe get rid of the fixed furniture, add some mechanical automatic shades, and also the sensored lighting that we talked about prior. So Asher, how much would it be possibly to reconfigure the room and for our blinds?
Again, this one's not going to be complicated or terribly expensive. You can move the door jamb really, really easily. And as long as you're going to move it, we should move it a good 2 inches. Just give them some wiggle room. This is a knockdown. That's nothing. That's 10 minutes. The blinds we priced out at roughly $70 to have them automated, set on timers, so certain times they're going to go up and down. It's actually better than it looks. If it's configured correctly, she'll have enough room in here.
Okay, awesome. So here we are in the bathroom, which is used for all the women in the building. It's community, so the showers are all for everyone to use, as well as the stalls. At first glance, it looks pretty comfortable, but maybe there's things that you don't see at first glance. Do you want to look deeper into it, Linda?
Definitely, Jen. So actually one of the strengths that this bathroom has is the height of the sink, which is 31 inches. So anyone who's in a wheelchair and also standing can fit comfortably in here to wash their hands. Some of the recommendations that we would require is to widen actually the doorway of each stall. They're currently 24 inches, so we would widen each stall to essentially eliminate a handicap stall. So everything would be universal and accessible for everyone. So we would also add automatic toilets, automatic faucets, automatic soap dispensers, and then an automatic hand dryer.
if you come over here, this right here would be the entrance to get into the shower area.
Accessible or ADA accessible. This doorway, I can barely fit through. It's a 20-inch entrance. I can barely fit through it. Someone who's wide set, heavy set, in a wheelchair can definitely not fit through the handicap shower. Also, if you come in a little bit closer, you can see that there's a step-in tub with currently no really working faucet here. And now we'll go to the showers for everyone else. They currently have here, as you can see, Jenna standing in front of them. So this is the shower, and there's a step up right here of about 6 inches. You step into a little dressing area, then you have to step down to the shower area. So of course, one of the things we would do is reconfigure this whole area, eliminating this step, widening the area to be more accessible to anyone in a wheelchair who can roll right on in. So Asher, I know we talked about a lot of stuff in here.
And we dubbed the bathroom Wonderland. 'Cause there's a lot of work to be done here. So we're here looking at the showers. Each of the showers to reconfigure, eliminating this very strange step up. I mean, the plan wants to keep the water in, but there's better ways of doing that. But that, we figure at best we could do is about $500 per stall. All of the existing partitions are going to have to go. And then they would be replaced by things that have the wider 34, 36-inch doorways. We talked about the toilets, that was another issue. Okay. All of the toilets would need to be 18 inches in height in order to meet universal design and ADA compliance. These sensors, so that they would automatically flush, would be an add-on, so that's another $285. So each of those toilets is $500. With the add-on, it's going to be about $900 per person. Your sinks with the automated faucets, those are $352 a piece, and I'll make you a little happy here. Your automatic censored soap is only $70, but the dryers are going to be another $400. So this is expensive to bring it up to UD, but it would be beautiful when it's all done. And functional. Because right now, I'm going through everywhere like this, and so is the crew, so it's got to come down.
Cool. Thanks so much.
Thank you, guys. For joining us today for Universal Design. Stay tuned for next week. We'll be talking about assistive technology.